Hi, this is Chris Young, and welcome to Good News on Tap for Christmas Day. There are actually 3 sets of readings available for Christmas Day. The one at Midnight Mass is from Luke's Gospel, and it tells the familiar story of the angels and the shepherds. The second set of readings is for Christmas at dawn, and it continues where the Midnight Mass left off, as the shepherds then go to visit Mary, Joseph, and the infant Jesus. Again, it's a familiar story. But if you go to Christmas Mass later in the day, you're going to hear the opening of the Gospel of John. And it seems at first that it doesn't exactly fill your soul with the warm, fuzzy feelings of Christmas. Unless you really dig into the reading, it might not appear to have anything at all to do with Christmas. Some people even say that John's Gospel doesn't contain a Christmas story, but it does, and this is it. The reading starts off with a bunch of bizarre, almost incomprehensible paradoxes. So let's pick it apart line by line and see if we can make some sense. In the beginning was the Word. Okay, so there was this Word. What about it? And the Word was with God. Okay, the Word was with God, so what? And the Word was God. Huh? What does that mean? You have to notice a little bit of subtlety when reading the passage. The word Word is capitalized, like a proper name. So it doesn't say the Word was God, it says the Word was God. We're talking about a person whose name, or perhaps his nickname if you like, is Word, with a capital W. It then goes on for a few verses talking about this person called Word, how he created the world and brought light into the world and all this stuff. And then it goes off rambling about John the Baptist. Still no sign of a Christmas story there, is there? You have to go all the way down to verse 14, where it says, "And the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us." That one little sentence is John's version of the Christmas story. This person named Word, who was God, who existed from the beginning of the universe, who created the universe, was actually Jesus, the second person of the Trinity. The second reading for this Mass also explains further, saying that Jesus is a Word because he's God's perfect way of communicating his love to us. Jesus is both the medium and the message. How awesome is it that the Word of God became flesh, became a human being, and dwelled among us? Think about it for a second. God, in all his power, in all his might, in all his glory, set all of that aside and became one of us. Whereas the second reading continues, "To which of the angels did God ever say, 'You are my son'? Or to which of the angels did he ever say, 'I will be a father to him, and he will be a son to me'? None of them. As beautiful and as glorious as the angels are, he did not choose to become one of them to save us. He became one of us." You know, it's an unfortunate byproduct of our Greek philosophy background to think that only spiritual things can be good things, and that anything that is of the material world or of the flesh must be inherently bad. The Greeks always saw things as either or, completely. But that dichotomy is not God's reality. Jesus is fully divine. Jesus is fully human. It's the complete merger of the spiritual and the physical. Think a minute about the fact that we have our first African-American president. Whether you agree with him politically or not, it's an amazing change for our country, which once believed that black people were nothing more than property, and now a black man is president of the United States. Now take that idea and multiply it more times over than you can possibly count. And you begin to see how much more All of creation is changed because God has become part of it. The physical world is no longer just ordinary matter. Because God has become physical, because the Word has been made flesh, all of matter, all of the universe has changed and been united with the Spirit. John's Christmas story is some heavy-duty theology. It's hard to wrap your brain around. But if you can do the mental gymnastics and really appreciate it, it may be the best Christmas story there is. The universe is different because the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. And that's Good News on Tap for Christmas Day. From all of us on Good News on Tap, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a blessed and peaceful New Year.